Good evening, Islander fans. It's time for another edition of Canadian Islander Fan, and I'm filming out of a different location today. So I don't have my normal New York Islander paint and everything in my room. I'm on a long-term pain clinic in Victoria, BC, Canada. So I'll be doing this out of Victoria tonight. Yeah, well, big game for us tonight, that's for sure. I'm gonna, as I've said in other podcasts, I'll be saying that every game. And I tell you what, I understand the rust and everything that we've got going, but I'll be very disappointed if I see an effort like last game. That is 100% for sure. That was pretty much unacceptable. What we got last game for a team that's playing in desperation didn't look like much desperation to me, especially, when you've been down for so long. It's not like you didn't have the energy to give, to put out there and whatnot. Now I know Russ goes so far and whatnot, but as I said 2 or 3 podcasts ago, no more excuses. There can't be any more excuses. We've been dealt a bad hand, no doubt, but no more excuses can be had. Anyway, tonight we got the Islanders going up against the Philadelphia Flyers, so that should be an important big game for us. Obviously, everybody's above us, so we pretty much have to catch everybody. And Philly's actually not that far from us, so we could really close the gap tonight on them with a victory. So looking for better things out of the Islanders tonight. I apologize. I've been in the clinic all day long, so I just got back to my hotel room, so I haven't been able to do much research for the game, so I don't know who's in and who's out. But I know we're getting close to about as full a team as we can possibly get. I haven't heard of any injuries, so hopefully we didn't get any more, or COVID for that matter. I'm guessing that Ilya is going to be starting tonight. So yeah, we're going to need this. I mean, back-to-back games against the Flyers. It starts right here. There could be nothing more than it. It has to be a sweep. It has to be a sweep for us. There's just no other ways around it. So enough with the excuses. Time to get on it, boys. Let's go. I'll see you all between the first and second period, and I hope I got some good things to report. Talk to you then. After one period of play, the Islanders and Flyers are all locked up 0-0, and that is a much better period. Much better. You can see the effort going on out there tonight. So excellent period by the Islanders. Deserve a better fate than nothing tie, but it was promising to see the effort that was going on by the Islanders in this period. So I'm happy with what we got. Continue to play like this, we will win this game. So looking good. This is the way they should have looked last game, but they had a long time off. It's hard to predict. Yeah, they came back good the first game. The second game came out a little stale. That'll happen. I know there's no excuses to be made because we don't have time for excuses anymore, but yeah, it is what it is, right? So what can you do? You only look forward and what's right in front of you right now, and that's this game. And then we get the Flyers again tomorrow. I mean, we can be in 2 days, we could be 1 point behind the Flyers with 7 games in hand, just like that. So little steps, little baby steps, but we have to win this game. We need to start scoring. It's amazing how much better the first line looks with Bellows on there. It's like night and day. And even the Nelson line's not suffering that bad with Bailey being on there because they've played together before and they have had success before. So it's not too big of a drop off for Bo and Nelson getting Bailey on their line. And I think Wahlstrom really fits so well with Parise and Pager. I know Wahlstrom and Bellows are a nice combo as well. They have good chemistry, but this line also has good chemistry. And the fourth line, the identity line, was doing what they had to do tonight. So looking good out there. We just need to score. Ilya looking strong, made some nice saves out there. But overall, as a team, I just thought we looked much better. Noah looking great out there. Everybody's looking good. I really couldn't see a bad Islander out there during that period. So really pleased with what I saw. And but it's a result oriented business, and we need to start scoring some goals. We need to start taking advantage of our opportunities, especially when you got such a soft goaltender like Jones in net for the Flyers. I hate the way the Islanders can have a tendency of making some guys look great. And it wasn't like we got a ton of chances, but we were definitely the better team in that period by quite a margin. And if you think about it, that's really only in 16 minutes of play, because we killed off 4 minutes in power plays. So but even I think we dominated the 20 minutes because we dominated the penalty kills. Like, penalty kill looked absolutely fantastic. I was just chuckling watching Chera on the PK. How he blocks people out is just, it's a pleasure to watch. I can only imagine how frustrating it is for those guys being in there in the forecheck. And he's so big and he can block off such a large space that you can't get to. And I notice he's doing this one tendency now. What he does is he kind of pushes the puck to the side of him where he's got the guy behind him, and he just kind of pushes it away from himself and that guy. And usually the Islander defenseman comes and picks it up. And all he does is he makes himself as big as possible, and the guy can't get around him to get to the puck, and our guy has tons of time to skate out. So I could rave about a lot of Islanders during that period, because I thought a lot of them looked really good. I'm super pumped for the rest of this game. I really think we're going to take it to them, and hopefully we win this one. I feel a 5 spot. I don't know why. I'm just feeling a 5 spot today for us. So hopefully that'll come true. So anyway, let's go Islanders. See you in between the second and third period. After 2 periods of play, New York Islanders lead the Philadelphia Flyers 2-1. Excellent period for the Islanders. They started super slow, and the first 3 minutes, if it wasn't for Ilya, Flyers would have been off and running to the races. But after about the 3-minute mark, we kind of took it over from there, and the Islanders were looking really good. And yeah, I still thought our overall play was good. I mean, shots are even right now, basically 21-20 for Philly, but we're in the game, and it seems like we're putting in a lot of pressure on them. And we jump out, finally scoring, where Brock finally puts one top shelf from Bailey and Green, and that gets us up 1-0, and the crowd is pumped, and we are going. And just a beauty shot by Brock. I was going to say this till the end of the game, but I even noticed in the first period that the energy level in Brock is so much higher, and I'm not holding his last game's energy level against him, because he just hadn't played. But this is now his 3rd game, and he seems a notch up. He can still go higher up another notch, but it's good, quick progress for him, and a beautiful goal by Brock. Just so what we're used to seeing all the time with that beautiful shot of his. And not much later, just a couple minutes later, Zeker scores on a shot by Robin Salo, and I thought that Salo would actually score the goal there, but Zeker deflected it up, so good for Zeker. First goal in 44 games, so he was pretty happy about that. So Robin Salo still has to wait for his first goal, but I'll tell you what, Salo's going to score a lot of goals for us. I love his shoot first mentality. I cannot believe, just by removing Taves and Letty from the team, how many more shots we get from our point now. Just with having Salo in there. I mean, even Big Z shoots a ton. And we're missing Ryan Bullock, who basically got the most shots on net last year for the Islanders. So I love the shoot first mentality from our defense right now. I think Robin Salo is having a whale of a game. He looks really good out there. And like I said, I just love his shoot first mentality. So basically Matt Martin chipped in an assist on that one too, and only his 2nd assist. So any points for Matt is good right now. So anything he can do to help contribute So things are things are looking really good. It's 2-0. The stable's rocking and everything's going our way. I will tell you this, Islander fans, if you don't laugh at this, you will go crazy. You have to laugh at this. It's so typical. It's freaking hilarious. Could you ever see the Islanders getting a break like that on a goal? Never, never in years. Oh my God, what a way to have a shutout room, especially with the way Ilya was playing. So I just laughed at it. Yeah, I still think we have enough control of this game that it's not really worrying me because I think we're going to win this game. I just feel like we're the better team out there, and to have that goal go against us, and then Ilya to come up with another blocker save after that goal on a breakaway. I mean, uh, Ilya has just been a rock star. There was one there that hit the side of the post that Brendan called it. Oh, and he hit the post, but Ilya was up against the post before the puck even got there. So there was no way that puck was going in. So big deal. You hit the post. You could have hit Ilya just as easy. So it's not like Ilya got beat and the post saved him. So Ilya's been on top of his game in this one for sure. Yeah, all we got to do, I really want to pour it on these guys. It's more than just, I know we need wins and I know we need it, but I don't want to go into that shell that we go into the win 2-1, 3-1 into an empty net kind of thing. I know we're good at it, but I really think this team needs to have their confidence boosted. You need to start winning games 5, 6, even get a 7-goal game in there. I'm telling you, it's absolutely 100% contagious. So you've got to, sometimes you got to step out of what you're normally doing to break out of things like this. And I think we should just continue to play the way we've been playing, and that will be a good enough defense, because I really think that we've been on top of the Flyers pretty much this whole game. So a couple of spurts by the Flyers, like I said, the first 3 minutes of the second period, and a couple of spots here and there for them as well. So anyway, Islanders up 2-1, pretty excited about it. I'm looking forward to a big win tonight. So let's take it home, boys. Don't piss me off tonight. Let's go Islanders. The New York Islanders get a much needed win tonight with a 4-1 win over the Philadelphia Flyers. And it looks like I came up 1 goal short on my 5-goal prediction, but you know what? I'm going to take 4. So overall, pretty good game by the Islanders tonight. Pretty pleased with the result. They were definitely the better team, but without Ilya Sorokin, we still may have lost this game. So yeah, there's that, but it's a sign showing upwards, but we will definitely need to sweep this. There's, like I said, excuses times are over, right? We need to sweep this Philly back to back. And no, well, oh, you know, we won 1 game of the split. We can't have a split. We've got to sweep this. These are teams we got to beat to get out of this. So overall, I thought we had a pretty good period, and totally cracked me up. So Anthony Beauvillier gets a 6th goal of the season, and it comes from Wahlstrom and Nelson. So Wahlstrom stays on the ice 10 seconds longer than the rest of his line mates, and only took about 10 seconds to play with Beauvillier and Nelson to get a goal. And no surprise, Josh wasn't on the ice when they scored it. And of course, that goal wouldn't have happened with Josh on the ice, because it was Wahlstrom's forecheck that started the whole thing in the first place. I mean, Wahlstrom ended up getting the primary assist on it. However, it was more what he did to make the puck get turned over in the end. So great play by Wahlstrom to get that play going. And yeah, so Beauvillier from from Wahlstrom and Nelson. And I had to crack up because Butch just said later in the game, he goes, yeah, the line's really clicking tonight. You know, they scored 2 goals tonight. And I go, kinda. Kinda. They kinda did score 2 goals. One with 2 different wingers, though. And I'm still not sure that Bailey didn't lose that puck and actually instead of actually passing it. I maybe he did, but I can't say for 100% certainty that he didn't lose the puck on his assist on the Nelson goal in the first period. So anyway, that made it 3-1, and that got us going pretty good. And we got into a good mode, and then we kind of went into the shutdown thing a little bit, weren't pressing as much, and Flyers came on a bit. Everything was to the outside. Ilya was just playing fantastic, and so then we get an empty netter. So we're scoring a few more empty netter goals than we have in the past. Normally we can't get an empty netter to save our soul. And it turns out to be Matt Martin scoring his first goal of the year into an empty net, and Cal Clutterbuck picking up his second assist. So that was a great way to top off a great game. And Adam Pelech also made a beautiful play to start that. He wanted to make the pass, but his body got forced against it. So I could see him look in the corner of the boards what that angle would be to get the puck to Clutterbuck. And it was a very unusual angle, but you know what? It was right on Clutterbuck's stick. It was beautiful. Adam is so intelligent, and yeah, he just had a great shutdown game. So, like he always does. So, pretty excited about this win. So now, once again, we're 1 game under 500. So 500 is the goal, and that is tomorrow night. That has to happen tomorrow night. We have to become a 500 team tomorrow night. We should be shooting for 1 game over 500 tomorrow night if we had to put any effort in the last game, but we didn't. But hey, that's in the past. So anyway, onward and upward, and we're off to Philly tomorrow, and we're going to win that game. So let's take a look at how the players did tonight. Zach Parise had lots of scoring opportunities in the first period. The problem with his scoring opportunities is, and you got to love it because it's the absolute 100% dirty area. But basically, he's in so low and tight that he's just basically whacking it into the pads, right? And there's just nowhere for the puck to go. However, there's going to be a time when one of those whacks goes out to the side, and other people will score from it, and eventually he'll get that 5-hole and get one in there, or get a bounce and a break. So really a good game by Zach tonight, I thought. Bailey got an assist tonight. Other than that, well, I guess he was better than last game, so but not by much. I still think that Bailey should be on the bench, and if Palmieri's ready to go, which I think he is, Palmieri should at least get a chance to give Palmieri the same chance as you give Bailey. Give him a ton of power play time. Just put him on first line. Do whatever you want, but yeah, it's just frustrating. Anyway, so we'll move on from Bailey. Matt Barzal didn't really have a spectacular game tonight. However, that line was going good tonight, and I thought they kind of looked like a first line. However, there was a bit of one thing that was happening. Bellows was having a little bit of a hard time reading Barzal. So with Barzal, is expect the unexpected with Barzal, because you better be ready at all times. Now, I still think that Bellows is smart enough and capable enough that if we give him enough of a shot on the first line, he will adjust to Matt. And I think we'll have a real first line. You could throw Wallstrom up there, you could throw Bellows up there. I think even eventually Palmieri could eventually go in there if he comes back and returns to being the normal Palmieri that scores goals. So we've got options. We just need to keep Bailey off that first line for sure. Cal Clutterbuck, 2 assists. He's had a great season. He really is. He's I think I heard Butch say it, and I kind of thought the same thing, that we've always known that identity line, the engine was always Casey, but this year it seems like the engine is Cal. It really does. I think this is one of his best seasons he's ever had with us, and he looks really good out there. And I think he had another excellent game tonight. So let's talk about Casey then as well. Casey had a good game, lots of effort out there. Our PK was absolutely fantastic, and Casey's a big reason of our PK. Plus, all the face-offs were losing or winning when we were on the PK is a big part to Pager and Zeke on it. So anyway, both Martin and Cizikas get their first goal tonight. And that, man, we're getting quite the little old one goal club, eh? I wonder if there'll ever be a 2-goal club. Who we got in the 1-goal club now? So now we got Palmieri, we got Cizikas, we got Martin. I think Mayfield is only one. He might have scored 2. No, I think he's still at 1. I know there's another one in there too. So Parise, Palmieri. Oh, it used to be Bailey. I guess Bailey's starting the 2-goal club or something up there. But yeah, it's quite the 1-goal club we've got going. But anyway, overall, the identity line had a great game. They, they did what they're supposed to do, and they did it well. So it was a good game by all 3 on the identity line tonight, I thought. Bo scoring a goal. That's what he has to do. He has to produce, and he has been producing. He was producing those 2 games, and then we broke, and he came back and produced right at the start, and he's continuing the producing. So don't know if I'd call it a hot streak yet, but it's pretty close to being one. It's kind of unnoticeable because there's been so much time in between. And I think if I remember, right prior to the Christmas break, when the whole league got it off, I think Bo was starting to pick it up at the end of that one. So he was starting to play better at the end of that, then played really good for the 2 games when we came back from the Christmas break, and is just continuing on after this break. So that's a real nice positive sign to see coming out of Bo. Let's see who else we got here. Kiefer Bellows. I kind of already talked about him, but I really think Kiefer had a good game. I love the way he uses his body now. He's not intimidated by anybody. And you know what? Both Bellows and Wallstrom are known for their shots, but they both have some dangle in their game, and I love it. And I really think that if you give Bellows some time on this line, he will adjust to Maddie's different kind of ways and the Gibson goes and everything that he does. Like I said, I think he's smart enough. I thought that's the best our first line has looked in a long time. And that was even with them having a few screw ups because of lack of chemistry together. So yeah, I thought they looked really good out there. Ollie, okay. Wally is starting to remind me of the young Barzell when he would take those hooking penalties for his over aggressiveness. It's great. You love the fact that they love to check like that, and they were tenacious and being like that. But there's a way you eventually have to learn, and Bars kind of has done that. So notice I called him the younger Bars, but we got to remember what age he came in at, right? So I mean, he came in as an 18-year-old, got those 3 penalties, stepping on or playing the puck in a penalty box. So it reminds me a lot of Barzell, and I don't think Barzell does it that much anymore. He still occasionally will, and so will Wally. He will throughout his career. When you check tenaciously like that, you're going to get it, but he still needs to be a little bit smarter. But overall, had a great game. I love that assist that he got. Like I said, he caused the turnover and then also got the primary assist on the goal. So really good game by Wally. I thought Barry might be a little bit mad at a couple of things with him tonight, but sometimes, when you got a stud, you gotta go with punches. You gotta live with that kind of stuff, and you can't have a guy like Wallstrom playing scared. Okay, you know what I mean? Like if Barry West doesn't say, "Hey, you ever get a third period penalty again out of your ass's grass," kind of deal thing, right? You don't want to put the reins on a thoroughbred. You gotta let them go and live with what happens. And I'll tell you what, the way the PK is playing, it's almost like we can get away with that. PK's been that good this year. Anders Lee, like I said, I thought he had a pretty good game tonight, doing typical Anders stuff. Like I said, I thought the first line looked the best it has looked in quite some time. I think they can look a lot better when they get a few games together, and I'm really excited about this combination. I hope Barry really keeps them together. I kind of got a feeling he's going to give more than a game, so I'm really hoping anyway. Brock Nelson, fantastic game, goal and assist. Typical Brock snipe. He was up a level in energy and speed, and didn't look like there was a lot of rust there. I'm sure there's still rust there. There always is when you go that long, and 3 games isn't that much. So, but tonight you wouldn't have noticed the rust. And like I said, his level of energy was up. And I only think I don't think that was from lack of effort last game. I just thought it was from lack of playing time more than anything. So yeah, really pleased with Brock's game tonight. Yeah, so goal and assist, what more can you ask for? So that was great production out of them. Pager, I thought Pager had a good game too. Didn't really get into scoring, but the effort level was there and the hitting was there, the physicality and the jerk Pager was there, where he got under people's skin a little bit tonight. So that's the kind of Pager we want playing. And yeah, he looked really good. Maybe got one night's sleep rest. I doubt it. But yeah, he looked good tonight. So even though he wasn't big on the score sheet or anything, but he was huge in the PK with the winning of the faceoffs too, and just his regular PK play as well. So yeah, great game by him. Let's see. All right, so that's going to bring us to the defenseman. I thought Robin Salo had an excellent game. Got a goal because of Robin. Just, it's that for years we weren't doing this, is walking the line, and Robin walked the line and just lofts in the softie, right? It doesn't have to be deadly nowadays anymore to get through there to get your tip ins. And sometimes it just goes straight through because the guys can't just see the puck, right? So, and Robin does that really well, and he likes to shoot. Thank you. It's so great to have a defenseman who loves to shoot. And I thought he got out of some tight areas where he kind of looked like in exhibition season, where he was just very calm, very patient, and he was like stuck around 2 guys, had him cornered in, and he got out of it and effortlessly. And that was kind of what we were seeing out of him in the exhibition season. So I kind of think what's happened is Sal has jumped on board, had a great exhibition season, but it's just not the same thing as an NHL hockey game, right? It's taken a bit of an adjustment. He's now starting to get to that point where he's starting to get calm and starting to play his game. I'm expecting some real big things coming out of Robin in the very near future. So Adam Pelech, once again, I say this all the time. What can I say? Fantastic defensively. He was hopping in on the rush. There was one play I loved out of Adam tonight. There was Adam was rushing the puck with 3 other guys when they hit the blue line. And 3 guys were kind of solid, but they were ahead of Adam when he dumped the puck in before the blue line. And even though those 3 guys were ahead of Adam, he had a straight on angle to the corner and he went for it. And I went, yes. And all of a sudden we've got 4 Islanders down low. And it was fantastic. Normally our defenseman would just peel off and walk away and leave it like that. I was so excited to see that. And Adam's doing that a lot. He's crashing the net a lot. He's going for pucks and he's getting them deep. Yeah, so much to Adam's game that is just absolutely fantastic. Andy Green, wow, what can you say? Greener gets himself another apple tonight and is just his 100% solid defenseman that Andy Green is. He is amazing. He is amazing how you just don't notice Andy Green out there because everything's going along so good. Because he is just so solid. I am so impressed with Andy Green. I'm glad I got to see him at the end of his career because even though I know I knew he was a good defenseman, I didn't really have an appreciation for him because I really, the only time I ever saw him was when he played against the Islanders and I didn't really care about him. So, but now that I've gotten to see him for like 2.5 years, my appreciation for Andy Green is through the roof. kudos to Andy. I didn't think Noah had his best game, but there were still the moments, and you could see he's still taking the steps forward. So it's not like he had an outrageously bad game, because he didn't. He just wasn't up to what he was doing a few other games ago, but that's okay. Not everybody can be the, play at that top level for so long. There's the highs, the lows, how the graph goes. So yeah, it was still a good game by Dubby, but yeah. And Scott Mayfield, same thing, another fantastic defensive game. And Scotty's just become so reliable. I remember when he first started with us, I used to be so nervous that we were always going to get scored on with Scott on the ice with a lot of icing plays. However, I'm not one of those people who get mad at the icing, because I would rather a guy ice the puck than make a soft pass up anywhere in our zone, up the boards, up the middle, anywhere, a soft pass, have it intercepted, and we get scored on. If we get scored on the faceoff, oh well. I'm not going to blame the person who iced the puck. How about blame the guy who's taking the faceoff, and blame, So anyway, I think Scotty's game has really evolved. And Zdeno Chara tonight, man, just so fantastic. What a game. What a game this guy had. He was absolutely dominant on the PK. They just could not penetrate. Philadelphia's offense, if it went to Chara, their offense went to die there, because that's exactly what was happening tonight. Chara just shut them down, and it always doesn't look the prettiest, but if you always see what he's up to, you can go, oh man, that was genius. Like I was talking about earlier, between periods, how he just spreads out so the guy can't get around him, and like the puck's only sitting, bro. He could grab it, but he's waiting for his other defenseman to come in, because he knows if he grabs that puck, this guy's going to be on his back, right? So he just stays there, screens the guy. The Islander picks up the puck and he reverses, and there's no pressure on him. Like Z would have had pressure if he had picked up that puck and win. He's just, the hockey smarts, right? And so much of that stuff out there in the game by Big Z tonight. And yeah, fantastic game. Pretty much fantastic game by all the Islanders. What do I say about Ilya Sorokin tonight? Are there enough adjectives, superlatives in the dictionary to describe the game that Ilya had? And I absolutely love the reaction he had on the goal that went in on him. He just like leaned back against his crossbar, nothing I can fucking do about that. And he came out with a huge blocker saves just moments after that goal. Outstanding. It was so fun to watch. That one blocker save on the 2-0 reminded me. I remember I was talking to a bunch of guys on New York Islanders Talk message board, and this was before Ilya came, when I was doing all my research on Ilya and seeing everything that he was up to and whatnot. I said the thing that stands out to me the most about Sorokin was any highlight package and anything I've ever seen is these across the crease blocker saves he makes. I go, I don't think I've ever seen a goaltender so effective with his blocker. And he's just, I'm telling you, man, we're going to have when this guy's career ends, there's going to be one highlight package of this guy that is going to be unbelievable. Anyway, I know I've rambled on tonight because I'm a little bit excited and I'm in a hotel room and I got nothing to do anyway, so I might as well talk to you guys. If I go any longer, you'll lose interest. So fantastic game by Ilya. Great to have Barry Trotz back again. One game under 500. Let's make it 500 tomorrow night. So you guys all take care out there and peace out.